Hey guys, so I went to the Edmond Board of Realtors Young Professionals breakfast thing this morning, which I'd highly recommend you guys come to. It's every other month, and they discuss a popular topic. I always learn stuff. So anyway, today's was really good, so I wanted to get some information out to you that might help you as you are coming as your buyers and sellers are making objections, kind of frequently asked objections. So the main thing is that interest rates have jumped really quickly, faster than anybody expected, from like 3% to now they're like 6.5%. So that's going to freak a lot of people out. So we need to be ready to answer their questions so we're not just stumbling over the answer. So buyers, we've had this objection for a while now where they just get frustrated. They've had to submit so many different multiple offers and lost out that they're just thinking maybe now's not the time for me to do it, and I'm just going to take a break. By all means, we want to respect their decision and say that we'll help them out whenever they're ready, but also to remind them that our job is like a coach to keep them accountable to their own goals and to help them not make emotionally charged decisions, for us to give them the facts so that then they can make educated decisions. And the facts are that yes, interest rates have jumped up a little bit, but they're still at 20-year historic lows. Like they're still crazy low at 6%. The likelihood of them jumping a few times more over this year is high. So you might as well, get in now. Now, on the side note, we probably need to have them go back to their lender and get pre-approved, because their pre-approval at the 3% interest rate might be a little bit different than pre-approval at 6% interest rate. They might have to go down a little bit on their purchase price. So keep that in mind. Buyers also might say that they want to get out because prices are too high on homes now because they've risen so much, and they're either worried about, or some of them are waiting for the market to crash. So pretty much all the industry experts are agreeing that there's several factors making a crash unlikely in Oklahoma. None of them think that we're going to have a huge real estate crash like we did in 2007, 2008. We learned our lesson from that. Back then, lenders were real loosey-goosey, and they pretty much just qualify anybody for whatever loan that they wanted, and they would put them on adjustable rate mortgages, which means for the first couple of years they have a really low payment, and then it balloons up and gets a lot higher. And so people were pre-approved for homes that they really couldn't afford back then. Nowadays, we all know getting approved for a mortgage is not easy. There's a lot of checks and balances, maybe even too much, but it's good because they are I guess making up for the sins of Florida and Nevada and California, which did have busts back then, so that they are making sure that buyers are really qualified to afford the home before they actually purchase it. Let's see. Also, Oklahoma has always just kind of had a steady appreciation rate, about 4 or 5% every year. We're kind of boring in that way, but it's also a good thing. We've had lower prices than pretty much anyone in the entire nation. Oklahoma, you can buy a mansion for what you can buy a shack for in California. Is what they're all saying. So, and actually for the last couple of years, we've just been pretty flat on appreciation. So really, right now we are making up for lost time. We're getting to where we kind of actually should be on pricing on homes, but because we didn't have these huge jumps, we're not going to have huge crashes. And I'm talking like hundreds of thousands of dollars, like they jumped up and then jumped down in California and Nevada and Florida back in 2008, 2007. The third reason why a crash is unlikely, they shouldn't be worried about it, and they also shouldn't be waiting for it, is that we have had there's a supply problem. There have not been enough homes on the market or built as there have been buyers for several years now. Ever since the 2007-2008 crash, a lot of builders went out of business and held back. So since 2009, they haven't been building enough homes to keep up with everything. And yet now we have the highest amount of buyers out there as millennials now are starting to enter the real estate market and buy their first home. So just the supply and demand issue of it there is also going to help a lot. We still need more homes to sell. So in summary, the real estate market is not going to crash, especially here in Oklahoma. We probably will see prices starting to level off, which is great for buyers. There probably will be fewer multiple offer bidding wars, not quite yet, but here in the next couple of months, we think things will go back to a little bit more normal, where you make an offer and you have some negotiations, and then you win the house. The way the real estate market has been running crazy for a couple of years now, which is pretty much the entirety of your real estate career, can't last forever. And so the way that we do real estate and educate our buyers and educate our sellers is just going to change and is going to go back to more normal. So you entered the real estate market when it was wild and crazy, and you had to make 5 different offers before having one accepted. So you've been through the hard part of it. So if you've been able to endure the emotional ups and downs of it and multiple offers, you've been able to endure that, you can totally endure when it's going to get kind of boring here and level out pretty soon. So anyway, wanted to send that to you, and I hope it helped.